Good morning, children. Welcome back. Let's start out this morning before you get your books out, let's start out by reviewing our memory verses that we've learned. Remember the 1 Corinthians 10:31, it starts out with weather. Can we all say that together? Everybody help me. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do all to the glory of God. Good job. Now it's Matthew 6:21. Remember that one? It starts out, for where? Everybody help me all together. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Good job. Now you can get out your workbooks. It's the book without the smiley face. And you can turn to this page. We have a new letter today. Everybody ready? Let's start out maybe by reviewing some of our last letters we had before we talk about our new one. Do you children remember what this letter is? Who remembers? Ashton, do you remember? What letter is this? W, and it says like watch. Good job. Okay, who remembers this letter? It was the last vowel that we learned. Who remembers this one? Grant, do you remember? What letter is this? E, and E says like elephant. We got one more here. It's the straight line down. It looks like a 1, but it's also a lowercase letter. What letter was that? Does anybody remember? Katura, do you remember what this letter is? A straight line down. L. It says like ladder, the L. Maybe you'll remember them better if I show you the upper and lower case of each one. Here's the upper and lowercase w. W says like watch. The upper and lowercase e, uppercase E, lowercase e, and it says like elephant. And then the upper and lowercase L, uppercase, lowercase. L says like ladder. Okay, and the letter we have today, right here, who knows what this letter is? Who knows? Looks like a pretty easy one to write. Shanika, can you tell us what it is? V. And what sound does the V make? V. It's kind of hard to say. V. Okay, so let's look in that picture there. We have a picture of, looks like a man. Let's see. And he has something in his hand. What is that he has in his hand there? Have you children ever heard of a violin? Violin? It's an instrument that you play. Does violin have the V sound? I think it does. So you can circle the violin. Do you see anything else in that picture that has the V sound? V. Let me read you your poem that goes with the P, and then maybe you'll see another one. Let me read you this poem. The poem that goes with the V is vegetables clean, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow. Vegetables clean, they are red, yellow, and green. No, I don't have no blue vegetables, sorry. Okay, so do you see this bowl of vegetables here? Let's listen to that word. Vegetables. Does vegetables start with the V sound? If you think so, you can circle it. While you're circling things, if you happen to see the upper and lowercase v in that picture, go ahead and circle those also. So now we have a violin, and we have this vegetable, the vegetables. What else do you see in that picture? Do you know what a whole group of houses, whenever you have a whole group of houses together, it's called a village. Have you ever heard of a village? Right here is a village. Does village start with the V sound? Let's listen. Village. I think it does. If you think so, circle the village. And how many of you children know what this is called? They erupt and hot lava comes out of them. What are those called? Who knows? I bet Zach would know. Zach, do you know what that's called? Volcano. Does volcano start with the V sound? Let's listen. Volcano. I think it does. If you think so, you can circle it. Circle the volcano. And then there's a bird up here. And that bird, let me make sure. Yes. That bird, have you ever heard of a vulture? A vulture is a kind of bird. Listen to that word. Vulture. Does that start with the V sound? The V is another one of these easy ones because whenever you say the word V, you make the sound. V. Isn't that kind of easy, isn't it? Vulture. And is there one more in there? Yes, there's one more, and it's kind of a hard one. It's vines. See these right here growing? Let's see, they're kind of growing on the side of the hill there. Those are called vines. And if you listen to the word vines, you hear that V sound again. Vines. Can you think of any more words that start with the V sound? Who can think of one? Let me look at all your name tags, but I don't think anybody has a V in their name. I don't see a one. But I have a V in my name. Listen. Beverly. Hear that V in there? Okay. If you have all these pictures circled, if you have them all circled, and if you found the upper and lowercase v, then you can turn the page. The next page should look like this. And it says, put some honey on each slice of bread to match the capital and lowercase letters. So that should be pretty easy for you. Those are the three that we reviewed this morning and the one we learned today. So see if you can do that by yourself. Draw a line from the uppercase letter over to the lowercase letter that matches. See if you can do that. And then we'll do that bottom together again. V, 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 V. Vegetables clean, they are yellow, red, and green. Vegetables clean, they are yellow, red, and green. Okay, do you have them all matched? If you do, let's go down here to the bottom. First picture we have is a pig, but the word they're wanting today is fat. See how fat that pig is? So they want us to write the word fat. So we need a beginning sound, a middle sound, and an ending sound. So let's listen. Which one of the letters makes the f sound in fat, or fish, or fox? Which one of the letters makes that f sound? Whenever you know, write it right here on the line. And then we need the vowel that says ah. Which one of the vowels makes the ah sound? And then for the ending sound, let's listen. Fat. T. Hear that t at the end? Fat. Which one of the letters makes the t sound? Fat. Now I'm going to find the letters that make that. I think it might be better than putting them on the chalkboard. Since it's kind of hard to see on the chalkboard. Here's the word that you should have under the pig. Can you see that? F says f, A says ah, and T says t. Fat. Fat. Is that the letters you wrote? If these are the letters you wrote, then you've got it right. Fat. F-A-T. F says f, A says ah, and T says t. Good job. I don't know if I could hang those on the board so you could see them. I don't think I can. Let me just lay them down there, and let's do the next one. The next picture, we have two little boys here, and the word we're going to try to spell is run. Run. So we need a beginning, a middle, and an ending sound. So let's listen to the beginning sound on r, run. R. Which one of the letters makes the r sound? R. Remember, it's kind of like a bear growling. R. Who remembers? Whenever you know, write it in there. And then the middle sound, or the vowel sound, let's listen to it. Run. Which vowel sound says It's not 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 I, not but like umbrella or under. And the ending sound, let's listen to the ending. Run. N. Hear that n at the end, like nest. Which letter makes the n sound? N. Whenever you know, write it down. Let me find those letters for you. Have you got that one all figured out, children? Here we go. Here's what you should have on that one. R-U-N. R says R, U says and N says N. Run, run. See how that works? Not too hard. So we have run, and under the pig should be fat. Fat. and run. Okay. Do we need a little vowel practice? Let's see if we get, okay, we get vowel practice on the next page. So let's go ahead and turn to this page when you get your, if you have the other page all done, you can go ahead and turn to this page. This is pretty easy. Most of you know, name at the top. You get to write you some lowercase v's. And on the V, remember, let me show you here if I get a pencil. It's not a straight line down. When you make the V, you kind of have to go at an angle like that. You kind of go, You don't go straight down like that. You have to kind of go crooked. See how that is? If you make these practice ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get 6 practice ones, and then you get to make 5 of your own. And then you practice writing the Q and the L. And then the bottom line, I'm going to give you sounds and you write the letter like we've done in the past. While you're working on that, I think I want to read you your story. Okay, everybody can work on writing those V's. Do a really neat job for me, please. While you're working on your V and your Q and your L, I'm going to read you a story. It's a story about saying please and thank you. Do you children always remember to say please and thank you? And this little boy in this story's name is Earl. I don't think we have any Earls in this classroom. But Earl scooped up his last spoonful of Mother's delicious mashed potatoes. Do you boys all like mashed potatoes? Sounds like Earl liked them pretty good here. And he put them into his mouth. Pass the potatoes, he sang out. Father picked up the bowl. What's the polite word you should say? He reminded Earl before he passed it. Please, Earl said sheepishly. That's better. Father passed the bowl to Earl. Now what should you say? Thank you. Earl dished a big spoonful of fluffy mashed potatoes onto his plate. Father, why do we always have to say please and thank you? Sometimes I get so tired of it. Father smiled. We should say please and thank you because it is courteous, he answered. The Bible tells us to be courteous. Courteous people think about others and how to make them happy instead of just thinking about themselves. They are thankful for the help that others give them, so they say thank you. What are some other ways we can be courteous? By holding the door open for someone who is carrying something, Bethany volunteered. By saying, excuse me, when we bump into someone, Donna added. Those are both very good, Father agreed. We also need to remember to be courteous to old people, Mother said. On Sunday, I saw several little boys dart past Brother Daniel as he was walking toward the church house door. One of them almost knocked his cane right out of his hand. That was not courteous. Earl hung his head. He knew who those boys had been. It was he and his 2 friends, Mark and Samuel. But Brother Daniel walked so slowly, he said. There are times when it is all right to walk around a person who walks slowly, Father said, but we must make sure that we will not be in their way and that we will not knock them over. And you should not be running in church anyway. Father scraped the last of his food from his plate. Everyone may be excused, he said. The next day the Bylers had company. It was a man and a woman and 3 children Earl had never met before. Mother invited them to stay for dinner. When they were almost finished with their first course, the man called out, macaroni salad. He was looking at the bowl at the other end of the table. Earl watched as Father passed the salad to the man. The man took the bowl and dipped out several big spoons full. He didn't even say please or thank you. Earl thought, and he is a grown man. When dinner was over, Father excused everyone. The man stood up from the table, but just then his wife stepped behind him. He bumped hard right into his wife. Ow, she said quietly. The man moved over, but he didn't say anything. Earl was surprised. I know, Father would say, I'm sorry, he thought. I thought all grown-ups said, please, thank you, and I'm sorry. I will ask Father about this later, he thought. After the visitors left, Earl was playing on the living room floor with his tractor. Father was doing some figuring at his desk. Suddenly, Earl remembered his question. He drove his tractor over to Father's chair. Father looked down at him and smiled. Father, why didn't that man say please and thank you at the table, Earl asked. And why didn't he say I'm sorry when he bumped his wife? Father leaned back in his chair. I don't really know why he didn't, Earl, Father answered. Probably his mother and father never taught him to be polite and say polite words. Maybe he just doesn't know how much nicer it would be to others if he would do it. Father looked at Earl. Now you know how it sounds when you don't say please and thank you and other polite words. But he is a grown man, Father, and I am just a little boy, Earl protested. Yes, Earl, but it is much easier to learn good habits when you are young, Father told him. If you learn to be polite and kind when you are small, it will be much easier for you when you are older. I want to do right while I am still young, Earl decided. I want to grow up to be a man who obeys God and uses polite words. Okay, is everybody finished with this part? Everybody ready for their sounds at the bottom? If you're not finished writing your letters, maybe you can come back and do it after the video. Let's go ahead and go down to our sounds. I'm going to give you some sounds, like we always do, and you write the letter that makes this sound, okay? The first one, everybody listening? The first one is like watch. The next one is a vowel. I'll give you a hint. It's a vowel, and it's eh, like elephant. The next sound, everybody ready? K, like kite or cake. And there's two letters that make this sound. You can write both of them. The sound again is k, like kite and cake. The next sound, everybody ready? The next sound is b, like Blake or birthday cake. B, baby. The next sound is another vowel. The sound is like under. The next and the last sound is like rabbit or rain. Okay, do you have all of those? Whenever you have them all, you can go back to this page. This is a page about your vowels. Everybody remember the vowels. A, E, I, O, and U are your vowels. Let's talk about the sounds for a minute again. A says A, E says E, I says I, O says ah, and U says ah. Let's try this today. I just thought of this. Kind of random. Let's try, let me find my T. Okay, here's an S. This will work. Let's put the S with each one of those vowels like we do. It's kind of the same thing we do on this paper here. Remember this paper? Let's put the S with those vowels and then we'll blend two sounds together. We'll start with the A. We'll blend the S and the A. The S-A sound would be sa. The S-E would be se, si, sa, sa. Let's do it again. A says A and S says S. So S-A is sa, se, si, sa, sa. Can you hear the difference in those sounds? A, I, Everybody help me. Let's say these sounds together. Everybody really loud. Are you ready? As I point to them. A, I, Again. A, One more time. A, Good job. Okay, so on this side, we have a bib, tack, bell, what is that, block, and bug. We have an A, E, I, O, and U on this side, and an A, E, I, O, and U vowel sound on this side. So let's start with the first one. We're going to do maybe one or two together. The first one is bib. Hear that? I. Is that the or a? Bib. It's not the A, or it would be a bab, and we know that's not a bab. It's not the O, or it would be a bob, and we know it's not a bob. Which one did you think? Whenever you figure it out, draw your line. Is it a U? Is it a bub? Or is it an E? Is it a beb? Or is it an I? Is it a bib? How about that? Draw a line from the bib to the I. Hear that? Bib. The next one's pretty easy. I'm going to let you do it on your own. Tack. Tack. Which one of your vowels says a? Next one is a bell. Bell. Don't put the I. If you put the I, it would be a bill. It's not a bill, is it? It's a bell. Like elephant. The next one, blocks. Hear that? Ah, block. And the last one is bug. So now you should have a line going to each one of these letters. You should have a line going to the A, E, I, O, and U out to them pictures. Did you find each one of them? If you did, let's do this side. The first picture, we'll do that one together. Tat. Like elephant. Tat. draw your line. If you draw a line to the E, you got it right. Tet gets the E sound. The next picture is gift. Gift. Don't draw a line to the A or it would be a gaft. Don't draw a line to the U or it would be a guft. That's not a guft, is it? It's not a goft. It's a gift with the I. I says I, like gift. So from the gift to the I. And the last three I'm going to let you do on your own is hand, duck, and fox. See if you can do those three all on your own. And then when you're all done, you can turn to this page. We have some letters up at the top. Everybody ready to go on? Put your finger on the first letter up here at the top. The first letter is the one we had today. It's a V. V says v, like vegetables. The next letter is a P, and P says p, like pig. The next letter is an L, and L says L, like ladder. Then we have a B, B says B, like baby. W says W, like watch. And Q says qu, like quail or quilt. Okay, everybody ready for the first picture? Should be easy for you. Is a violin. Which one of those letters makes the V sound like violin? Next picture is wagon. Listen to that beginning sound. We're listening to the beginning sounds now. Wagon. Hear that W sound? Which one of those letters makes the W sound? Next one is quilt. Quilt. Hear that sound like quail? Quilt. This one here is palm. Palm tree. Listen to the beginning sound. Palm. Next row, we have a volcano. The beginning sound, V. Next picture is boy, B, boy. Next one, lamp, lamp. And the last picture in that row is a vulture. That one should be easy for you. We had that one today, vulture. So last row, first picture, we have quart, quart. Then we have vegetables and village, vegetables and village. And the last one, way over here, lamb, lamb. When you have all those, you can turn your page. We have a new number today. Who knows what that number is? Who knows? Paige, can you tell us what the number is today? 19. Good job. 19. Now, how about we count to 19? Let me make sure I've got it in here. I know. Let me grab it really quick. Okay, let's count. 19 looks like this. It's a 1 and a 9. And 19 comes after, you all know, comes after 18 because 9 comes after 8. So it's 18, 19. 17, 18, 19 because it's 7, 8, and 9, right? Okay, let's count to 19. Get my numbers all in a row here so you just don't laugh at me. I gotta make sure I got them in the right order. Okay, I'm ready. Everybody help me. Ready? Starting with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, louder, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Good job. Good job. Now, really quick, I have to grab something else. Let's count by tens really quick. I have to get my old books out so I have a copy here. Let's count by tens really quick. Do you children have this paper handy? If not, you can look up here at mine. But it's better if you have your own so you can put your finger on the 10. But if not, you can just look at mine. Are you ready? We're going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, this time everybody help me. Louder. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Good job. Now let's count to 19 again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job. So your number today is 19. 19, and I think if we count right here, I think if you count those feathers, I think there's 19 of them. Let's count them and see. Did you count them? 19 feathers, so put a 19 over here in this block, a 1 and a 9. And then let's fill in the missing number. We have 16, 17, 18, and what comes after 18? Put it right here in this block. Okay, we ready to go on? Right here. Everybody put your finger on the 19. We're going to count to 28. Everybody ready? You ready, April? Let's start right here. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Let's do that again. Let's go back to 19. Everybody put your finger on the 19, Carrie. Finger on the 19, and everybody help me. Are you ready? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. One more time. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Okay, now down here at the bottom, fill in the missing number. Starting with 1, what comes after 1 is 2. And children, make your letters neat, please. Make sure you touch the top line, touch the bottom line. Don't go above the top line, don't go below the bottom line. Keep the horses in the pens, remember that. Do a neat job. Fill in the missing numbers. And I'll give you just a minute or two to do that, and then we'll go on to the next page. I'm going to sort my letters out while you just do that. How do I get such a mess? There we go. I don't have any of my girls here today to clean up after me. Okay, so you got this page all finished. Whenever you're finished there, you can turn to this page. Whenever you're finished there, turn to this page. And children, when I checked your last books, I was kind of alarmed how many of these you children miss. We're getting into the high numbers, so you have to slow down and count, and maybe count them a second time just to make sure that you have it right. These are easy. Everybody knows how to count. And I think some of it is just carelessness or maybe going too fast. But remember to start at the top and go across. Count every one, mark them out as you count them if you need to. Count them a second time or go over them and count them, go over your page and double check your work. Make sure you've counted correctly. If we were here, we would do little object lessons, like I have these little egg cartons and you put so many seeds in each hole, and we can do fun stuff like that, but sorry. So maybe you can do some fun stuff at home with counting. But I'm going to let you go ahead and do these 4 on your own. Count the balls, the balloons, the balls and the ducks. Then we're going to go down here at the bottom. And these are not addition, but subtraction. Remember we talked about subtraction some already? whenever we're taking away an amount rather than adding an amount. So let's just refresh our memory really quick here. We'll use the pencils again. If I have 3 pencils, I got a pen and a pencil, I have 3, and if I take 1 away, how many do I have left? 2. So 3 minus 1 equals 2. Not hard at all. Let's do some of these together. Let's do the top 2 together, and then the bottom 2 I'll let you do on your own. Let me get close here so you can see. So the first one, we have 3 dolls. So we have a 3 in the first block, minus 1. So minus 1 doll equals what? 3 minus 1 equals what? So we have 3, we take 1 away, how many's left? 1, 2. So we put a 2 in the block. Easy enough? Pretty easy. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Okay, now we have 4 pairs of scissors. 4 minus 2 equals what? If we take 2 away, how many do we have left? Whenever you know, put your answer in the box. 4 minus 2 equals what? 2. Okay, the last 2 I'm going to let you do by yourself. It's suitcases. You have 5 suitcases and you take 1 away. What do you have left? And this one is 6 crayons and you take 3 away. 1, 2, 3. Mark 3 out. How many is left? I'm going to let you do that on your own. We're going to have to hurry along. We're about out of time again. Yikes. This counting page I'm going to let you do on your own. That's counting and write the number. Remember to write neatly, please. Keep the ponies in the fences. This here page, I think I'm going to let you do this on your own. We've done this several times together. Maybe we could do the first one together. Let's do the first one together here. You know, one column has 10 blocks. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Remember how we done that? Every column has 10, so you don't have to count each individual block, because you know there's 10 there. So you just start with 10, and then you go 11, 12, 13, 14, and put a 14 in the block. I'm going to let you do the rest of those on your own. Let's go down here to the shapes. And let's talk about those shapes one more time. The first shape here, I'm going to point to it. What is that shape? Do you remember your shapes? It's been a little bit since we had on shapes. Jamin, do you remember what this is? Rectangle. Rectangle. Okay, this next one, Karina, do you know what this one is? Square. This is a square. Good job. Let's go down to this one. What is this one? April. Do you know what this picture is? What this shape is? Rectangle. Good job. This is a rectangle. This one in the middle has 3 sides. Who remembers what the 3-sided shape is? Blake, do you remember? Triangle. Good job. And here we have another one of these. Two sides are longer. What are those called? Rectangle. Good job. And here we have one more of those. Rectangle. Good job. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you count 4 rectangles in that picture? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rectangles. Everybody knows what this is, right? Everybody knows this one is a circle. Good job. And then over here at the bottom corner, we have one more. Grant, what are these called? Triangle. Good job. We have 2 triangles. Good job, children. So rectangle, square, triangle, circles. Okay. Whatever parts you didn't get finished, you can go back and finish those now. And then on the next video, we'll do a little bit of review again. So I'll see you in just a few minutes on the next video.